So the logging architecture is the user makes a transaction through the Zero Trust Exchange. The Zero Trust Exchange passes logs through a log router, which decides where those logs will be stored. Those logs may also feed into the Zscaler data lake that does more analytics and reporting. And then an administrator connects to the UI server that queries both the log clusters as well as the data lake to produce the reporting and analytics that they want. There's role-based administrator control to access the UI server that may restrict what users are able to see in terms of certain locations, certain data types, and whether or not user information is obfuscated from their reports with the 4 eyes principle. So Zscaler's put a lot of engineering effort into making logging as efficient as possible, as well as reducing the payload so we're not passing data between all of our nodes. A log entry is created on a transaction completion for web, firewall, and sandbox transactions, and SSL transactions are logged. But it's important to understand that we never store any of the content as a transaction passes through a node, and we never store any of the content when we're logging. We look at every single transaction and we only write the logs for transactions that are different. So we only need to communicate different transactions between the Zscaler Zero Trust Exchange and our logging information, so we're reducing the amount of data that's being passed. And that means that we also reduce the time to transmit those logs from all of the Zero Trust Exchange service points back to our logging infrastructure. We tokenize the data on the Zscaler enforcement nodes so that, again, we're reducing the amount of data, but we're also making sure that that data isn't human readable when we pass the transactions. So the data is reduced and tokenized so that we can then compress that data and pass that compressed data tokenized over to the log servers, which are then storing it. And we get about a 50-to-1 or greater compression rate, as well as all of that indexing happening at the point that the log is created. So that when we consume the logs, we have a very efficient way to analyze those logs because it's already been indexed at the point of log creation. So this enables us to create some big data output. So interactive reports, meaning that you can drill down into individual transactions, whether it's a SSL and certificate report down to URL category reports. Producing dashboards showing the company risk score, the security audit reports, as well as threat insight reports, giving you trending of data across the platform for yourself and comparing your capabilities with the industry standards or other organizations in the same industry as you, helping you understand how traffic flows through the platform from your users and where the applications they're accessing are. From an exec reporting perspective, the Zscaler Executive Insights tool enables executives to instantly get reports on how Zscaler is helping their business, how they're reducing the number of threats coming into the organization, and where they compare to peer organizations and cloud risk scores. We also provide forensic reports, historical sandbox data, and information on patient zero potential infections.